Hey guys, welcome to Win Life. My name is Matthew. This is the channel where we seek to win in all areas of life. Before I get into it, I do want to say, hit that subscribe button down below. You will see a lot of sweet videos coming out, a lot of new content coming out, a lot of inspiring videos coming out very soon. We've got a lot in the works. Also find me on Instagram in the right cover page as well. You'll see me, mr.win.life. I've got a lot of inspiring quotes and a lot of inspiration coming out there as well. So today the topic we'll be talking about is how the education system is screwing you over. So let's get into that. So you are probably in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, possibly your 40s. Who knows, you might even be in your 50s or your 60s. Either way, you, my friend, are getting completely screwed by the education system of the United States that we so dearly love. Whether you went to college, whether you went to community college, whether you went to high school, you, my friend, were not taught proper finance from an early age. That is the largest reason for financial issues nationwide, I believe. The fact that finance is not freaking taught in high school. Managing your finances is not freaking taught in high school. I could say that again, but I think I've said it twice now. Managing money is not taught in high school. What does that do to a society? Well, what it does is what you currently see and what you probably are experiencing. You probably have some amount of residual college debt from 5, 10, 15 years ago, and you're probably still struggling through it. If not, if you have paid it off, bravo, good job, right? It maybe cost you a few years of your life that you'll never get back, but you did pay it off. Or you have some credit issues. Maybe you, spent a bunch of money on credit cards. Maybe you bought a nice flat screen TV and then got laid off in the last 6 months. And maybe you have a bill that's kind of just sitting there. Whatever the case may be, the current education system did not prepare you or train you in any way to manage your money. This is a huge video, guys. Nobody, very few at least, are talking about this issue. The current financial system is completely screwing you over, okay? You are essentially a peon and a slave, and you're taking on more debt through student loans. You may or may not ever pay those loans back. It may take you 10 years, it may take you 20 years. Your future will, be tarnished by that unless you can figure out a way out of that situation. Now, the good news is we are in a good economy right now. We're in also a promising economy for the next 5-10 years. So there is opportunity. There certainly are ways, check out the view, there certainly are ways to overcome your obstacles and your challenges. But I'm telling you right now, the education system doesn't give a crap about you. If they did, they would teach you basic finance in the freshman year of high school. They would say, for example, go talk to your parents, go put $100 in an investment account and manage it. And then they would give you a grade for that year based on how well you managed, $100, maybe $500 would teach you a little bit better. But they would have you physically manage a small amount of money and teach you about risk and about, credit. So they'd have you probably get a credit card as soon as possible. Maybe your junior or senior year in high school, they'd say, hey, for our finance class, we're going to have all you guys who are able, talk to your parents, go ahead and get a credit card. And then we're going to set like a really strict limit on it, like maybe $50 a month. And then we'll just have you manage it. And for everybody who is making their payments on time every month and has improved their credit score, we'll give you a grade based upon that. Maybe, a small bump in your grade would be allocated for the students who were able to manage their credit successfully. And for those who are not, then maybe they have a $50 bill at the end of the year that they'll need to pay off. And then they'll learn from that as well. And they'll go, wow, I just learned from a small mistake how to manage credit. And now I'm good to go. And now I won't, graduate high school knowing literally nothing like most folks know. Now I'll be able to take that small mistake and manage credit for the rest of my life and be good to go. The current situation does not teach you that. Okay? You guys know this. I don't have to tell you this. You guys know this. It is very brutal out there. You're getting screwed over. Our economy works on debt and it profits off of debt. There are billions of dollars in student loan debt just sitting out there, and Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, the government, they are crushing you in terms of student loans. They're crushing you in terms of inflation, printing money with no bounds. You are completely screwed if you don't figure out finance from a pretty young age. You can make some mistakes in your 20s. You can figure stuff out in your 20s and learn some hard lessons. But what I recommend you do for those who follow you for the next generations is that you teach those folks finance. You teach them basic finance, and you save them a world of heartache and a world of financial issues. Instead of having to struggle for the next 10 years and figure stuff out by the time they're 30, they'll be able to, struggle a very, very small amount in high school, learn how to manage $500 for a year, and then they'll be good to go. And by the time they're 30, they'll have, 10 years of market investments, and they'll be set to go. That's literally the difference that your input can make in the next generation. If you've been screwed, if you are currently being screwed, think about that. Check out the helicopter we have here taking off. Got a pretty sweet area here. But with that being said, really listen to this video, watch this video again, and then go watch some other folks. Listen to Graham Stephan on YouTube. Listen to other folks who understand the education system. They understand debt. They understand how to leverage that and eventually overcome the obstacles that the education system has thrown in our way. So it's okay to be a little bit angry at the system. The system is not fair. It is built upon screwing over the little man. It's built upon, the expectation that you will probably just continue to work your low minimum wage job, continue to slowly pay down your debts over a 20, 30-year time span, continue to, feel defeated in that regard. But you can overcome that. And you can train the next generation to overcome those hurdles much, much sooner, and to begin investing, begin growing their future much sooner, simply by learning to manage, $100, $500 in an account for about, 1 year, 2 years when they're in high school. learning how to manage money and learning how to manage credit. Hopefully, at some point, our education system will teach finance in high school. And I'm being very emphatic here because this is an issue that literally has ruined millions of people's lives. A lot of folks are in debt. Not a good situation, but hopefully they turn it around and the education system starts serving us in one of the most important ways it can, which is teaching us finance.